There we go. Welcome to day 3 of the Confidently Go from Employee to Entrepreneur event. And we are your 90-day divas. So let me X out of that. What did you all do after day 2? Have you gone in and done a little alter ego work? Open up your chat for us. Say hello and let us know if you practiced using your alter ego before a challenging situation yesterday, or if you took on a challenging situation that you have been putting off, right? Something that you've been procrastinating on. Did you build the confidence to do it? Because we are all about confidence right now.
And then maybe also, if you come up with your alter ego name and if you would like to share it, we'd love to hear it.
We would love to hear that.
Yeah. Stormy
Nice.
Powers wants to know. Stormy Powers wants to know, what is your alter ego?
Stormy Powers needs to know.
So, Carol, you happy with Stormy Powers? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm still running with it.
So, team, for those of you who are either joining us live on the session or who are watching the replay, if this is the first replay you're catching up with, we just introduce ourselves briefly each time in case this is the first one you're tuning into. So I'm one of the 90-Day Divas. My name is Jennifer Myers. I've been a certified business and leadership coach for the past 13 years, specializing in strategy, communication, leadership, and sales. And I've got my 2 lovely business partners here with me this morning. Good morning, Lucy.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, or good evening, wherever you, hello. My name's Lucy, and I've been in the marketing business or marketing industry for so long, over 10 years. And so I live and breathe the whole digital marketing world. And about 6 years ago, I started my own digital marketing agency. And really passionate with the divas that we can support you guys to uplift and get your business to where you want it to be, and to have that freedom in your life and to go and do what you want to do and feel good every day when you wake up and know, wow, I'm working and doing whatever excites me and lights me up.
Awesome. And I'm Carol Reed, and I work with people on how they most want to feel. So many years ago, I trained as a business mindset coach. And so what I do is work with people to really get themselves aligned with their goals and their dreams, I guess, on how they want to feel, because everything you're doing is for a feeling, whether you realize that or not. And sometimes we're on autopilot and we don't realize that all these things are contributing to a feeling we don't like, but actually we just keep staying in it, hoping things will change. The thing is, you've got to change things yourself to make things change. So it's wonderful that you're here, and we're really looking forward to being able to shift a few little things for you today. Yeah.
So that is who we are. We're so glad that you've made time out of your day or your week to be with us. So we appreciate your attendance. Now, what is the bonus for today? Oh my goodness, for all of you guys that are here live, what we'd like you to do this morning, it's not a contest, so everyone who does this is going to get a little freebie. So go to our website, go to 90daydivas.com, and what are they going to do, Luce, and what are they going to get?
Yes, so the 3 biggest blocks that stop us from moving forward in business and I guess also in life. So if you go to 90daydivas.com, 90 as in 90, and I'm pretty sure you'll find it on the first page. So have a look what it is and let us know in the chat, and we'll send you a free replay of the 5 fundamentals of business. It's a 1-hour training, and Whoa, Ella, there you go. Nice one.
Boom. And thank you for putting the chat in there, Ellen, about, hey, you're working on the alter ego, right? And you're working on it because it's a challenge. I love that. Okay, so that's the fun thing for today, and that's our little giveaway for today. So that is the reward for turning up and being present. So today, your actions. Yeah, we talked about this already. Perfect. Did you practice the Wonder Woman pose, right? Did you do the thing you've been thinking about but lack the confidence to try? Did you try out the alter ego? Or did you find a talisman or a cue to use to evoke your alter ego in the moment when you need it? All right, so what we're covering today is profiting with purpose. So it's creating awareness of your money blocks. Now, depending on, it doesn't really matter whether you've got an existing business or whether you're sitting in a corporate going, I really know there's more out there for me. There are money blocks and money stories that we all kind of bring with us. It's like money baggage, all right? We've all got our stuff, and they can really kind of hold us back from doing what we need to do. So we're going to talk about those today and give you a couple of techniques to hopefully shift a couple of those. So we'll dive into your money story, what you need versus what you want, and earn while you learn. So that's what we're going to cover today, if that's okay with you. And what holds us back? Carol, do you want to dive into this and then we can do a little riff on it?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's an interesting one because, as we alluded to yesterday, quite often, you know, we're the product of our family environment, of our community environment, you know, of the influences that have come through in our life. And that doesn't mean we have to keep those things. We get to choose. But quite often we go around with, you know, these rocks on our back with some of the things that perhaps are other people's baggage that we keep ourselves. So sometimes when we go pursuing our purpose, that can shake our financial confidence because we're starting to unravel some of those pieces. And particularly when, you know, income becomes unpredictable, we can feel like, wow, this is a little bit scary. Am I doing the right thing? We can re-question what the steps we've taken. But the reality is that if we keep moving forward, stuff will always change and come in front of us to be able to pursue. So it's not about stopping, it's about continuing to move forward, and really making sure that that lack of confidence that you might feel doesn't paralyze us. So it's getting around groups of people that can help you. It's having cheerleaders. It's really making sure that, you know, the influences and the environment that you're in allows you to keep doing that. If you're in an environment where people aren't supporting you, or the role that you're doing isn't supporting you, it's going to continue to drain your energy and suck your vitality. And we want to be vital. We want to be enjoying our lives, right, ladies?
Absolutely. Nice. And sometimes when we feel, you know, we feel like we're in that space of scarcity or of fear of what's going to happen financially, whether we make a move out of a corporate or whether we kind of make that move to hire someone else in our business, or, you know, kind of make that next move, bring on that new product, start that new distribution channel, whatever it is to take our business forward. If it causes some wobbles in the financial road, it can be quite scary, and that can make us just kind of sit and do nothing, right?
Totally.
And there's a bit again to, when you go into that state, maybe remember what we spoke about on day one about the whole confidence in your body posture. So really see a bit like what comes up in your body when you think about, your financial future or your financial situation, or what feelings and what's your body doing. And maybe then also sit back, bring your chest back up, take deep breaths, and really put yourself into your alter ego and be like, whoa, I am, or whatever you will be telling yourself.
Totally. And this is, that's how the 3 days kind of stack on each other, right? These three topics. So yeah, what have you heard all your life about money? What have your parents told you, right? When I was a kid, I remember hearing, nope, we can't afford that. Or maybe was a big one. When I was a little kid and I'd want something from my parents, I'd always get a maybe. And I knew that was just like akin to a no, right? Maybe was always no. So, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. That costs an arm and a leg.
Hard-earned money.
Hard-earned, yeah. We've all got ones. Carol, what did you hear when you were growing up?
Totally, yeah. I heard, you know, people with money, you know, might be not bad, but, you know, they have an ego. You know, they're not people we want to be, you know. And it's like, well, actually that sort of equates to the wrong thing, because, you know, if you can help more people, you can make more money and help more people. It's just a cycle that continues on. It's just really a currency. Money is like a river, you know, it needs to flow. And when we think about a river, it has a current, you know, so it's a currency. It moves back and forth. It's designed to be flowing and moving through and helping one another. You know, years ago we had a barter system. You know, many years ago we didn't have money. We bartered with each other for our stuff. So, you know, it's really just an energetic exchange. That's what money is. But we've placed this whole thing on it, you know, that I've got to have that, otherwise, you know, I can't do anything. But you can actually live on very little if you need to, you know, certainly for a little while.
Yeah, it's fascinating because we don't even realize that we're carrying these money stories around with us, do we? Until we really reflect and go, yeah, I heard that. Lucy, what did you hear as a kid?
Yeah, often it was really that it's hard-earned money, make sure not to just throw it out of the window. That's another big one. It's really appreciate it, value it. And then I guess also the next question is a really good, what does financial success look like for you? And that is something that we often think, oh, it's just making that 6 figures, or maybe it's that 7 figures, and make sure that's what you need. But it might also just be, and I remember when I started my business, it was that complete freedom of being able to work anywhere and everywhere. I felt like a multimillionaire doing that. So I never had to justify, I didn't have to tell anyone where I am, because I've always loved to travel. And then bringing my business online, I was so free. I could do whatever. And then I started to realize, well, that was way more powerful to me than, the financial reward.
Absolutely. So what does, let's just stop right there for a second and find out for those of you that are here today, just pop in the chat. What does financial success look like for you? What does that mean? Elaine, so let's turn it to money is energy. Energy has to flow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's exactly it, Alan. Exactly. So, if we're thinking about it as an energetic exchange, I give you my energy, you give me money in exchange for the energy I give you. So it doesn't mean that, I can't accept money, and it doesn't mean I can't give you energy. It's meant to flow like that.
Awesome.
And
freedom to do what I want. Oh, nice, Gail. Or Vicky, yeah.
And Val says she's never been motivated by money, but realized about 7 years ago that she needs to make money to be able to help people. That's totally right, because the more money you make, the more people you can help. It's really that simple.
It's that impact that we can make, isn't it?
Yeah. You can give to charities, you can give to, your causes that you feel passionate about.
And that's also something that we talk about in our 90-day program. It's really what's the vision and that mission that will really guide you and motivate you, because that's ultimately what really will guide us through life and business.
Yeah, on the hard days when you wake up and you go, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And just back on the other point there too, though, Jen, the mission motivation. Research tells us that when we're mission motivated, it's much, much easier to make money, because, when we're on mission, when we're on task, when we're on the thing that's on our heart, when we're following what really lights us up, the money follows the passion. And so you've got to have some parts of it all aligned, most definitely, and that's where coaches like us can help you with that. But the reality is, if you're on mission, you're fulfilled, so your energy's higher. So when you've got more energy to give, you make more money, right?
Love it. Sufficiency versus expectancy. What the heck does that mean?
The myth more, so we have this whole thing that if we just, get to that next, goal, if we just make that next 7-figure, that will be enough, that everything, I'll finally be enough. It's like saying, I'm going to finish my to-do list. You never ever will finish your to-do list. I'm telling you now, more stuff will go on the to-do list as you're getting stuff off it. So, enoughness is a big thing. We are really in a place where we want to have more to try and fill a gap. But actually, if we can get to the core of our enoughness, of who we truly are, and we can share that with the world, that's enough. That's what's important. So yeah, temporary adjustments for long-term gain. So making those slight little adjustments now for the future financial success that you want, and the future you that you want to be proud of, that you want to leave a legacy for, I guess. And being able to receive means that you've got to make space, because nature abhors a vacuum. It likes it when things are empty. If you think about a garden, when you're growing a garden, you've got to till the soil, you've got to get right down to the basics and get a nice foundation before you plant. And then all this energy is happening underneath the surface before stuff pops up. That's the same with creating your business, or, creating a life of financial stability, is you've got to create that good foundation, and then stuff will start to come forward.
And the price of flexibility right, can sometimes be uncertainty.
Yeah.
So being flexible, making those changes, doing the things that are going to help move you forward can sometimes, the path may not be clear financially, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's learning to be okay with that, I guess.
Yeah. And you would have talked about on the first day about, driving your car. You drive your car on a little white line is the only thing stopping you from hitting something.
Trust. Yeah.
Trust. And then another big thing too is sometimes just be a bit more in the moment, in this moment, what's actually happening around you. And maybe also have a look, well, what do you have in your life? And it is a lot that we have, but we often just tend to be in that future. And future is always fearful. We just know that it's so unknown. So we just need to also bring ourselves back and be like, well, what kind of skills do I have? And what can I do? Like really get back to that grounding of yourself. And then you realize, wow, actually there's heaps that I've got that I can offer, and why wouldn't that work?
There's a money mindset coach that we know, and she's got a 30-day money mindset challenge, and it's kind of interesting. One of the little exercises, reflection exercises that she gets you to do is to, one day your exercise is to look around and say, okay, what do I have that I am thankful for, that I have an abundance of? And her example is funny. You could have an abundance of socks. Be thankful for that, right? So it's just, what do I have an abundance of? And kind of reflect on that to bring yourself back to the present moment of appreciating what you have and realizing that you probably have more than you think you do.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what you need versus what you want. So here we're going to dive into just a little bit of a numbers discussion, but talk about an exercise in need versus want. When my family shifted to New Zealand from the US over 13 years ago, we took a 3-bedroom house and sold or gave away everything we owned, packed 3 suitcases, 3 carry-ons, because there's 3 of us in my family, and 3 little boxes that we taped up, and we shipped ahead of us and moved, bought 3 one-way tickets from the US to New Zealand. And looking through this house that was crammed to the gills with stuff, right? Because that's what you do, right? Especially in the States, it's such a consumer-driven economy. It's kind of crazy. You look at everything that you've got there and you're like, do I really need this? What do I need to start a new life in another country? Do I need 10 pairs of shoes? Nope. I need 2, realistically. Yeah, and my daughter, even at the time, she was 8, and she looked through her room that was packed full of toys and stuffed animals and all kinds of things. And, sweet, you've got 1 box that you can fill with whatever you'd like to take with you. And it was a great exercise for her at the time. And I think it has given her a appreciation of stuff, right? And that she doesn't need to overload herself with stuff to be happy. So it was a really good exercise. So really, when you think about need versus want, they can be miles apart. So when you think about budgeting, what do you want to create in your future, in your business? What do you want to move towards in your life? Think about, if moving forward is going to create a little bit of financial stress, then looking at, what do you need? What do you need to live on, right? Sorting out what income is going to be coming in, what future income is likely to come in that you can bank on, and then looking through, okay, what needs to come out of that? So what are those fixed expenses, right? We put some examples there for you. What are the variable things that change week to week, day to day? And just make a little plan for that, because what you're looking for is your break-even amount. What do I need to live on and to, take care of my bills and to support my family? Then I know what I can work with to either invest in myself, invest in my business to move forward, invest in starting a business, right?
Totally. Awesome, Jen. Absolutely. And even just thinking about what, if you've got an offering that you're wanting to put forward in your own business, how much of that, offering will you need to sell to make the income that you want? So we really dive into this with you and get you really thinking, how much capacity have you got, like time, to be able to create this thing? And then how much you're going to sell it for? And so how much do you need to be able? So we really dive into those numbers to get you really, really clear. And I know when I did this for my own business, I was really quite stunned to see that I had, quite a bit of capacity to be able to deliver, workshops and things like that. And what did I want to be able to have? And how much did I want to earn? And actually, how much flexible time did I want to bring back? So I was quite amazed with once I did that exercise that I actually had a bit more space and time than I realized. Yeah, it's a good exercise to do.
And that might be a little piece of your homework after today. So what about this concept, ladies? Earn while you learn.
Well, I love this one. This is great.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we underestimate. We think, we're starting a business and we need to know everything and know exactly. And when we get a client and don't quite know how to do that, we have to say no. But there's a shift that you really need to change, because first of all, you're super passionate with what you do. You're willing to basically dive into it and do and whatever you can. And I remember too, when I started out, especially in the web design area, I mean, there's so much that you can do. There's so many features, there's integrations, and I know there's a way somehow. I might have never done it, but I've done something similar-ish. And then, see, I'll figure it out somehow down the way. And that's always been possible. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that had that mentality and just went for it. So really earn while you learn is such a good and so motivating. Because at the end of the day, they work with you because they like your energy, they like that you're diving deep, they like that you're passionate about what you do, and you are skilled. So yeah, that's cool.
And this applies whether you've got, a business in place and you're wanting to upskill or maybe start another side hustle or shift into a different business, right? Learn what you need to learn, engage the people who can help you now while you're still earning in your existing business or your existing job so that you can fund yourself into that endeavor, right? So we're big fans of that one. And yeah, I just had an example of this the other day in a networking group that I'm in. We had a little discussion with one of our members about a potential new side hustle. Like, oh yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. And then also that part of who do you need in your network is really important, because it's the who's in our life that help us. And often we can discount that, but it's actually the who's that, level us up and bring us into the next phase of what we need to do. So it's often the how that we start to think about before we think about the who. What we tend to do is we go, oh, well, how will I do that thing? I don't know. How? And how is it's like chopping wood. It like cuts the creativity off straight away, because as soon as you start asking how, your left brain starts to kick in. So your creative side, your right side is trying to think about all these things, and then how, and now I can't think anymore because now I'm thinking how. So who do you need in your network to challenge you? Because that's the who that you need around you to be able to, help you think differently, how to look at things differently, how to change the perspective. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's as simple as that.
Love that quote. All right. So team, I want you to drop in the chat really quickly. And if you haven't already gone to our website and found the 3 big blocks that stop us from moving forward and put them in the chat, do so now so that you can receive that free replay of the 5 fundamentals of business. And we titled that we capitalized the fun in fundamentals because the 90-Day Divas love to have fun with whatever we do. So there you go. So what have you learned from today? What has been a takeaway for you that's been useful? I would love for you guys to drop that in the chat really quickly. And Elaine, you've already kind of put it down, which is, let's shift our thought around money. Money flows, it's energy. Awesome. Thanks, Vail. Nice. So what have you learned? What's been useful for you? And while you're thinking about that, here's your homework from today, right? Your actions, your success work. Create that break-even budget for the next 6 months. Look forward at what income is coming in that you can count on. Identify what needs to come out of that. And then it leaves you, it lets you know exactly what you need to earn. So if you're starting a new business, for instance, or starting a new side hustle, as Carol said, identifying what income, how much income you need, and then identifying, all right, how many clients do I need in order to make that income, right? Whether it's a current business or a new business is really useful. Then you know how much activity you need to do to get to the income level that you want to make. Money is energy.
It is. And we do see this a lot with people who are starting out in business or have been in business for a while and forget about really checking in on some of those pieces, some of those fundamental pieces of, okay, I need XYZ amount of people or XYZ amount of clients, to make XYZ amount of money. We can forget that sometimes. So we need to be able to come back on that, and we need to be able to set that up, because clarity is power. So, when you're clear about what you want, stuff starts to move as it needs to, and you set that direction. And because you've already gone through the confidence, framework of what we talked about, when you're confident, it attracts more, stuff to feel confident about.
Oh, I've got a quick story for you guys. Can I tell a story really quickly?
Go on.
Cool. All right. So I was in Austin, Texas years ago at a conference, and there was a dude. I went to a bar after the day's festivities. I was by myself and just went and had a beer. And I'm standing up at the bar, and I look over in the corner, and there's a dude playing music, and he must have been about 80 years old, African-American dude, wailing away on this electric piano over in the corner, just singing his heart out. I'm like, oh my gosh, he is just amazing for his age and for the energy that he's bringing. And the name of the song that he was singing was "I Got My Mojo Working." I'm like, oh, that is so cool. He was a blast to watch. I didn't know who he was, but after I went home, a couple of weeks later, I was listening to radio. We had something called Sirius Satellite Radio, and this blues song came on the radio, and the announcer said, oh, and this is Pine Top Perkins with "I Got My Mojo Working." I'm like, oh my God, I saw Pine Top Perkins, who's evidently a old famous blues dude, when I was over in Austin, Texas. It was just a blast. But boy, talk about having that kind of mojo and energy. When you feel that good, everything just rolls around you, doesn't it?
Totally. So you're saying he brought the energy at 80?
Yes. Yeah, it was amazing. And I remember it, 20 years later. I don't know how long ago, it was a while ago, but I still tell that story, and it's just, yeah, that was cool. So people buy your energy.
Yeah, and at 80, he was still making an impact on you. Like, who doesn't want us to be making an impact at 80? I'd love to be.
I know. And here's another quote that we want to leave you with: expect the best, prepare for the worst, and capitalize or take advantage of the opportunities that come. Right, from Zig Ziglar. Yeah. Love that one. All right. So, yeah, Carol, you want to just remind folks what is happening with the Business Blueprint?
Sure. So we have our little offer on the table, which is not to be sneezed at. We're offering you, because you are someone who has taken action and come with us so far. We want you to come a little bit further and really take advantage of what we're offering. Normally $3,200, but as a saving, we're now offering it for $2,500 US, and this is our Business Blueprint, our flagship program, our really a way for you to move forward in pursuing your dreams and your goals, and really bringing that business into the space that you want it to be in. No more mucking about, no more dithering on the side. It's time to take some action. It's time to really move forward and really grasp what's in front of you. And using our 3 heads, we will be there the whole way, and really support you along the journey, right, ladies?
3 heads are better than 1.
Yeah, you really, yeah. And one of the best things that we've heard from feedback is really that weekly check-in with us, that weekly hour that you come in with whatever questions you have, and you really pick our brains, and we're here to brainstorm with you, to show you, to take you exactly where you need to go. And yeah, you get 3 for the price of 1.
Love it. So we would love for you to join us. And again, as we mentioned yesterday, if for some reason you're not quite sure, book a call with us, right? We'd love to have a chat and just discuss whether it's a good fit for you. Hey, if you register before the end of the day's event, you're also going to receive a business strategy call with the Divas, right? Valued at $1,500. So we do something called a Diva Deep Dive, and it's a 1-page business plan. And so we'll walk you through the 1-page business plan process as that bonus. So quite a nice little additional work there. Sweet.
Good. Well, we've got some good comments in here. Thanks, Vicky. Awesome that you've had some thought-provoking stuff come up. That's good. And Alan, yes, who are my partners, mentors, advisors to grow with, and what's missing in my network? Absolutely, because the who is just so powerful. Great to hear that. And anyone else want to comment on any insights that they've had even from today over the last 3 days? from the training, even if it's something, you know, you think maybe we don't care about, we'll care about it, you know. So tell us whatever it is that, you know, has come up for you. We'd love to hear, because it always makes sure that then we're getting that feedback for ourselves as well, that, you know, we're providing value, and that's what we're all about.
Take action. We're all about action. We are not all about theory. We want you to go put theory into action. So we try to give you specific strategies you can use in every single training and coaching we do. So there you go. Carol, do you want to wrap us up with this lovely quote?
I love the quote. Yeah. Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of faith is to see what you believe.
That's a goodie.
That's beautiful.
The mind of man can conceive and believe he can achieve. It's a very old saying, but you know. So Vicky's saying rewriting my money story would be good to include a strategy retreat in 2024. Cool. Okay, Vicky. Yeah. Awesome. We're working on it. Definitely still got Bali though. Anyone who wants to join?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your attention and
Thanks.
your attendance, team. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some communication with you in the future. Thank you, guys.
Have faith in yourself. Absolutely, Val. That's totally it.
Love it.
Awesome. So jump on a call with us. Thanks, Alan.
Yay. Yeah,
Nice.
book in, Alan. We can't wait to have that session.
And Val too.
Yes.
Yay.
Bye, team.
Bye, team.